This is an Expansys look at the Samsung i900 Omnia. I'm going to go ahead today and just give you a quick walk around of the device, just give you a feel for the actual build factor on the unit as well as the operating system. It does have a very cool skin over the Windows Mobile 6.1 professional operating system on this. So I'm going to start up at the top here. Here you have your standby and power on and power off button. You see if I click that, it's going to bring up the display here on the Omnia. Over to the left of the device here at the very top, this is the holder where you can hold your stylus, or if you wanted to, you can actually make a wrist strap for it and put it around there as well. And then down here at the bottom of the device, it's a little harder to see, we do have the ability to use your headset. It's kind of an odd little port that the Samsung device uses, and then you can also charge your device as well as using your headset there. On the bottom you see the only thing we really have is the mic, which is right there. And that mic is pretty strong. I haven't had any problems with call reception. Everybody says they can hear me perfectly on it, so that's a good thing. So now we're going to move over here to the right side of the device. Up at the top here, I'm going to go ahead and bring that out of the landscape mode. If I push this button, it's going to bring up a bunch of my options, such as my call log, my phone book, my mail messages. If I have any mail messages, it shows them there as well. And these are quick, just one-touch launches, so you can see. Bring up my FM music player there. It does support FM radio. It works really well too. I actually use it around the office all day. Down here at the bottom of the device, we're going to go ahead and flip that back into regular mode. I have the volume buttons. You can bring that up and down. And then finally here, if I push the camera button once, it's going to bring me into my slideshow, which will show all my pictures there. And if I actually go ahead and I'm going to get out of there, if I go ahead and hold that down, it's actually going to load up the camera. This is a 5 megapixel camera. You can see that if let's just go ahead and push the camera button and I hold it, it'll actually autofocus for me. One of the things I really like on this camera is everything is a quick one touch. If I want to take off flash, if I want to change the macro, anything on the device, if I want to actually hide the buttons, it can all be done right from this screen. So you can literally change the contrast, do everything right from there. And then finally, if we look over at the back of the device, this is where you're going to see that 5 megapixel camera. It does have a flash, as you can see, is located right here. And this little symbol here is just showing it does have assisted GPS and a built-in GPS receiver. I use the GPS with Google Maps and with TomTom, and they've both worked excellent, perfectly on the device. Now let's go over to the actual display here. This is a touch display. However, below the display in our call and end buttons, there's actually a mouse tracker right here. You can see I can move around. If I click, I can actually click on options from the mouse. I can hold it down to actually drag stuff around. Once you pull things off of the device here, for instance, let's say I take the Wi-Fi and I pull that off, and then I click on Wi-Fi right there. You can actually see it's going to turn my Wi-Fi on, and then it'll actually, oops, let me get out of there. It'll actually allow me to connect via the Wi-Fi. I can go to the settings here, set up any of the Wi-Fi settings, find a Wi-Fi network I want to connect to. So I'll go ahead and get out of here. You can see that just clicking on the buttons when they're on the sidebar are not going to work, but if I click here and go into games, for instance, it does. Now here's one of the really cool parts about this device. I'm going to turn it with the accelerometer and bring it into landscape mode. You see how none of the icons that I just had on the side are displayed? That's because the landscape mode and the regular mode both have their own profiles. So if I only wanted the Wi-Fi to be on this part of the device, I can do that. And of course I can also hide that sidebar. Now we're going to go back to the front here. Let's say I want to use the tracking pad. I can go up here and press start. Of course I can press that with my finger. And here you're going to have your today screen, your calendar, your messaging, and all of the other features, including the Opera browser, which comes standard on this device, which is very nice. So you do get the Windows Mobile 6.1 professional feel. You can edit your Word documents, your Excel documents, even your PowerPoint documents. But then you get the added ability of pretty much having a desktop type of interface. That's a basic look at the device. I just wanted to give you a quick walk around so you can see kind of how the interface works, the nice build on the device, the nice glossy finish that it does have. Overall, I've been using the Samsung Omnia now as my personal device for about 2 weeks. Like I said, the FM radio works great. The Wi-Fi is nice and fast. The data connections are very fast on the device and very easy to hook up. I've been using it with AT&T. It will work with T-Mobile as well. And for our Canadian viewers, you can use it on any of the GSM networks there as well. So Rogers and Fido, you're all set to go. Well, that's just a quick look at the Samsung Omnia. Make sure you check out Expansys-USA.com for pricing, availability, and for some other reviews and user comments as well. Thank you.